watched Channel 2 during the 1980s,
I'm Maggie Jensen. There's been another arrest in the Waterloo murder of Al Davidson.
you couldn't have missed Maggie Jensen.
Coca-Cola had good news for corn growers today.
From 1981 to 1988, she co-anchored KGAN 6 and 10 o'clock newscasts with longtime anchor Dave Shea.
Hey Greg, it's Maggie Jensen.
Today, Jensen works in media relations for a financial services company called Minnesota Life.
Primarily what I do is try to generate publicity for the company in trade publications.
We caught up with her at the company's offices in downtown St. Paul.
Well, I have a little less visibility, which is nice.
A former Benton County deputy sheriff is on probation tonight.
But Jensen had plenty of visibility after being hired by then WMT Television in 1974. We sat down with her to reminisce and reflect about some of the changes she experienced in broadcasting.
Somebody should have told me about that sweater.
And her career.
Oh my God! Look at the eye makeup. A little more eyeliner, Maggie. Not quite black enough.
But despite her longtime presence in television, Jensen says she soon discovered that the routine of anchoring is not all it's cracked up to be.
It's important as an anchor that you keep your energy up so that you're fun to watch and interesting to watch. And it's very, very hard because it's very routine. I'm not sure I ever really felt comfortable being on TV. I'm not sure that it was really my personality.
That part of her career came to an end in 1991 when Jensen went from being a news gatherer to a news maker.
I knew going into this job that something like this could happen to me.
That's when she took a position as executive assistant to the Cedar Rapids City Council. However, public outcry over her salary led to the elimination of her job 2 years later, a job which would later be brought back at a lower pay scale. Jensen admits it took a few years before she wanted to return to Cedar Rapids.
I don't mind being a newsmaker. I don't like people attacking me for no reason. I was working really hard, you know. I was doing the best I could do, and I guess it was just in the cards that it wasn't meant to be for me to be in that position. Jensen
took a job with a market research company in North Liberty, moved to the Twin Cities in 1994, went to work for a trade association, and has now been with Minnesota Life for the past 2.5 years. St. Paul, Minnesota is a long way from Cedar Rapids, but Maggie Jensen says she has no regrets about her change in careers.
I have to admit that insurance, you know, it's not quite what I would call a fun topic, but it turned out to be far more interesting than I would have ever guessed.
And she says the skills she developed in broadcasting she still uses today.
Taught me how to work fast and get a job done on time. And people even now are amazed at how quickly I can turn a project around.
And we'll travel to Des Moines for day one for the legislature.
And the memories, of course, are there to stay.
I look back on it fondly, and I look back on a lot of the people fondly, and I'm grateful for the experiences that I had, but I don't miss it.
Maggie Jensen has a new career now.
If you don't hear from me and you think of it, give me a call.
And she's making the most of it. Kevin Carrizo, KGAN News, St. Paul.